Hey there gang, I'm going to have a quick video here going over some of the features of smart music that I've noticed maybe it could help you guys along as you're working on your music. One of the first things I'm talking about, if we click up here in this top left here where it says tracks, we have this toolbar up here and it has, it says accompaniment, my part, or metronome. You can toggle these on and off as needed. If you want to just hear the accompaniment part, you can turn that on, and when you hit play, you'll hear the song like it's playing a whole recording. If you toggle on my part, you'll hear a synthesized version or a MIDI version of your notes being played, so it's easier for you to hear them and match them. Especially important, for trumpet players who are trying to work their way up in the range, to make sure you're playing the right note. And then there's the metronome, and this is that click that you'll hear, click, 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 and you can toggle that on and off. I prefer that off because we can feel the beat or hear the beat with the accompaniment. If you want to just play with just your part, you turn that off and you'll just hear only your part. Okay, now the other thing you can do is adjust the tempo. I have set all of our all of your assignments now to where you can adjust the tempo to play it the best at the tempo that works best for you. Now eventually we want to work those up, but if your tempo is a lot slower than 119 right now, that's fine. Just bump it down. You hit that minus button and it will lower the tempo down for you, or you can put it back up, and if you hit this little arrow, it'll recycle it back to the performance tempo. Another thing we have here is the tuner. Go ahead and click on that and tune your instrument just like we do in class. Now each of you has your own tuner now right here in Smart Music, so use that and get your instrument tuned. It's especially important when you are playing your parts, because if your notes are so far out of tune, even if you got the right fingering down, it'll be off enough, a percentage off enough where it will count it incorrect. So you'll want to make sure that you have your instrument in tune each time. So do that every single time you go to play. Warm up a little bit and then tune. Here's another thing you can use to work on. It's the loop. So what you can do is you can loop a group of measures. Like say we just want to work on this opening section right here, just over and over again. We want to cycle it through like 4 or 5 times like we do in class sometimes, just to kind of get the feel of it and get our fingers going in the right direction. So you can loop it. You highlight these measures, and when you hit play, it will just continuously do those. And there's a couple different settings where you can have a measure in between, counting rest, and then it will start again, or it will go right back to it depending on what you want to do. The display up here, you can change the display to different kind of cursors. You can experiment with that. Highlights the measure that you're on, which is always kind of nice to keep your eye in place. I always found it easier to follow my music when I actually have the piece of music in front of me in class than on Smart Music. Sometimes it can get a little bit, your eyes can kind of get a little bit lost in all the extra stuff that's on the page. And there's also a colorblind mode there if you need to use that. You can zoom in and out. So as needed, you can make the music bigger or smaller depending on what you need to use it for. Of course, here you have your takes. Now I didn't record anything right here, but it does have your takes, and you can save or delete them as needed. Unfortunately, I can't play any music because if I put this video on YouTube and it's playing any music that's copyrighted, they will get a strike on my channel, or give me a strike on my channel, and I don't want that, because if you get too many strikes, they take your channel down. The other option we have with this premium version is we have access to all of this music. There's sight reading exercises, just regular exercises, small ensemble, jazz improvisation, free selections. Every method book pretty much on the market is there. Solo music. Now, let's go to band and orchestra music though, and we'll open that up. And then you have all of these selections. Now they have different levels of difficulty. I'm going to choose for us, let's just go with easy. So let's just go with concert band. And now that will narrow it down to us. We have 764 songs that we can choose from, which is just awesome. So what I like to do, I just pick any old page and I say, well, let's see what City of Glass and Steel sounds like. And then I can open it up. Here I choose my instrument, the part I want, and then I open up the song. And it loads everything for me, and then here it is. and you can just play any song you want. And again, just for fun, just pick a song and see if you can sight read it, find and listen to the whole thing once or twice, and then start adding your part in. Again, you can adjust the tempos, you can do all kinds of stuff, but just have fun playing also. You don't just have to do the assignments that I send you, because those are going to be things that we've been working on in the past. So, but try something new, and you can earn awards for how much time you are using smart music and how much time you're practicing. Another very important note, I'm going to keep saying it, when you do your recordings, make sure you're doing it in a quiet space and using headphones or earbuds so that the iPad or whatever device you're using is only hearing you. If it starts to hear other instruments that are playing along in the accompaniment, it's going to count your things wrong, because the speaker and the microphone and the iPads are very close together. And so it gets confused as to what it's supposed to be hearing. So we want to make sure it's just hearing you. The other thing that can affect that is if there's any extra noise in the background, if there's siblings talking or other kinds of rhythmic sounds being made, bangs here and there from somebody else, that gets recorded. And I hear that, and then the program also hears that, and then that can be detrimental to your score also. Now, I listen to your scores. If I see, I go in and I look at your scores and I say, ooh, that's a little bit low, and I listen to it and I see that you actually did it correctly, I will adjust your score. That happens a lot, unfortunately, with percussionists. That's why we're sticking to just snare drum exercises for right now to try to work that out. But that's always been kind of a drawback with smart music, is the percussion doesn't always pick up properly. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. If that's happening, percussionists just adjust where you have where you're playing, how close or how far back you are from your iPad, and experiment, and communicate with each other and talk to each other. Say, hey, this is what's working best for me. If it's not working for you, give it a try. Or, hey, I'm having trouble, what's working for you? So go ahead and communicate with each other and figure out the best way that makes it, that it works for your instrument and for you in particular. I hope this helps. Keep playing, have fun with what you're doing, and remember, you'll see your assignments every Tuesday and Thursday. They will always be due Wednesday and Friday. See ya.